Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the crypto booth. He's the crypto father, the one and only.
Welcome back to another weekly crypto roundup on the Crypto Father channel. On today's agenda, what's been happening to Bitcoin since the halving over the past 48 hours. We'll be looking at some Ethereum ETFs, snitching Sam Bankman-Fried, some PayPal stablecoin news, and another article that got me all frazzled due to meme coin scientists. So whatever you do, before you start watching, make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, and share the content with everybody else. And of course, stick around till the very end so you don't miss any of the juicy newsy coming up your way. I had a chat with my mate just the other day who expressed some disappointment in what was happening to Bitcoin after the halving. I guess he expected it a little bit more. Halvings tend to be very blasé. Nothing happens after halving for a period of time. It usually takes a few months for the coin to actually start doing anything, for the halving to be visible, to have a visible impact on the ecosystem. And so it is with Bitcoin. So while the price remains relatively blasé, there are other things underway that we don't perceive. So we'll talk about those. Bitcoin, actually, let's the overall market cap stands at 2.496, so we're almost at 2.5 back up to $2.5 trillion. Trading volume is at $64 billion, way down from its previous week, I think, of $120 billion of trading volume. But Bitcoin is back up at 64, Ethereum is above 3,000, so that's good. BNB 577, Solana crawling its way back up to its $200, right now 149. Dogecoin at 15 cents, Toncoin $6. Cardano has been superseded by Toncoin now. Cardano, man, pick up the pace. Avalanche 37. Polkadot below $10. My goodness, Polkadot seems to have changed this. They changed their logo. It seems to be a burning candle. I hope it's not burning down. But I saw a post by Gavin Wood on something, so I think I forget what it is, but Polkadot, he's trying to revive Polkadot. It needs a revival. In any case, everything's looking pretty green, so that's fantastic. So what's been happening with Bitcoin in the past 24 hours or 48 hours? I guess since the halving, Bitcoin generates 24 times more fees compared to Ethereum. So I guess the fears were miners having to scale up and maybe have to work hard to survive, post-halving, due to the fact that their revenue is being sliced in half. But apparently that is not necessarily the case. On April 20th, Bitcoin managed to generate a staggering 78.3 million worth of fees. In comparison, Ethereum comes in a distant second place with 3.2 million. The massive uptick came after the creators of Ordinals launched Bitcoin Runes following the halving event. The protocol makes it possible to create fungible tokens atop the leading blockchain. Lucas Otumuro, researcher at Into the Block, described the launch of Runes as absolutely insane. He explains that the 80 million in daily fees is approximately 4 times larger than the previous all-time high that was set all the way back in December 2017. During the ordinals, the average transaction fee was $30. However, now it has peaked at $128. And just as a side note, I saw posts on Twitter saying that somebody was trying to squeeze in a transaction into the Bitcoin halving block, and the transaction was something like a penny, but the fee for that was $500,000. Like, it was insane. Moreover, miners are now earning record revenues despite the recent halving event, despite the fact that block rewards have dropped 50%. On Saturday, they managed to earn more than 100 million. Prior to that, the consensus was that miners would experience short-term strain after the halving, with prominent miners stocks dropping more than 50% from their record highs. Otomuro believes that traditional finance simply was not aware of the launch of Runes. It's been less than 48 hours since the launch of Runes, and it has already made an impact of historic proportions, the analyst sums up. Can Bitcoin miners survive after Bitcoin halving? What to expect in the coming period? Apparently, JP Morgan and the Deutsche Bank don't expect prices to increase significantly. While the upcoming Bitcoin halving will deliver a supply shock like its predecessors, we believe its impact on the Bitcoin price would be magnified by the concurrent demand shock generated by the emergence of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Taking a quick look at the Bitcoin hash rate, it looks like on a 3-month, basically, while the price of Bitcoin has declined, that's the black line, the hash rate has increased since its all-time high of $70,000 here. The hash rate dropped a little bit, but then it's increased and it's on the way up right now while Bitcoin price is dropping. And so these two will converge once again. So we can see at least a Bitcoin in the upcoming months, a Bitcoin of I guess what, close to $75,000 soon. Looking back in the past here, every time there was a drop in Bitcoin price, the hash rate followed upwards, and the price of Bitcoin tends to catch up and then supersede it, as we see here. So we may see a period of a slump following the halving, but eventually Bitcoin will catch up to the hash rate. The hash rate is ever increasing. Bitcoin's high fees generate dust. As a result, over 53.94% of all Bitcoin addresses became unable to use the network due to the increase in fees, considering they have balances inferior of 0.001 Bitcoin, which is half the registered average transaction fees. Basically, it makes no sense for people to send Bitcoin, this small amount of Bitcoin, for the fees that are required to send. This is an interesting chart. Basically, if you own 1 Bitcoin or above, you are in the majority of people, in the minority actually of people who have that much Bitcoin. It looks to me like there are only 3 addresses holding over 100,000 Bitcoin. 101 addresses hold over 10,000, and a massive number of 859,000 addresses hold a Bitcoin or above, then a lot more below that. So while the effect of the halving is slow to take place, remember that we have anywhere from 360 to about 550 or 560 days before we actually see the time frame within which we will see the peak of the bull market right now. So the next 2 to 3 months will be basically a waiting game to see progress, to see what impact the halving actually had on Bitcoin. While the Ethereum ETF apparently may not be happening in May, Nate Gerasi, president of the ETF store, has noted that the general consensus is that the US Securities and Exchange Commission is not going to approve spot Ethereum exchange traded funds this May. This is due to the lack of engagement with issuers over the past few weeks. Earlier this month, Barron's reported that discussions about spot ETFs have been very one-sided. This is very different from the constant back and forth that was observed on the cups of the approval of multiple Bitcoin ETFs. The SEC was not willing to offer any feedback about Ethereum ETFs, meaning that their approval is highly unlikely as of now. With that being said, the SEC could potentially face another lawsuit if it rejects a slew of Ethereum ETF applications, according to Balkunas. So it may not. It may be postponed. It may continue on. We may have to wait a little bit longer for Ethereum ETF. Personally, I'm not taking advantage of the Bitcoin ETFs. I guess there are many people, I hear conversations about people wanting to get into the Bitcoin ETFs here in South Korea. So I guess because I think they're available, I think it's possible to trade spot Bitcoin ETFs here in South Korea. But I'm not sure how much interest there is actually in spot Ethereum ETFs. Personally, I don't care. I'm a holder of some Bitcoin and other cryptos. ETFs don't really interest me all that much. But I guess they're good for the overall exposure of the crypto market, right? Despite all this FUD, Ethereum ETFs not being passed, Grayscale's largest filing will introduce a mini ETF with 0.15% fees. What? Grayscale is doubling down in its pursuit of Grayscale Bitcoin Mini Trust ETF. In a recent filing, the renowned investment firm revealed its intention to set a management fee for the proposed product of 0.15%. That would make it the lowest management fee in the ETF market and provide more opportunities for investors. I guess more people might be willing to get in on this given that the fees are so low. Now to the topic of the day. FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried snitches on these crypto influencers, and the influencers are not the people you might expect. I think it's more of a money grab or some kind of deal that he's probably striking with the judicial system in order to get himself a reduced sentence. Basically, I think that's the scenario. So basically, a cohort of FTX investors and customers have settled their civil case against Sam Bankman-Fried and the disgraced and convicted founder of the failed crypto exchange. Bankman-Fried agreed to cooperate with the creditors by providing non-privileged documents and information concerning other defendants. In return, the creditors will drop their civil action against the embattled founder and focus on other implicated parties in the exchange's failures. So basically, he's trading his time for some private information on other parties that may be part to the shenanigans. The creditors intended to leverage the shared information in their class action lawsuit. So Bankman-Fried will provide information on exchange celebrity promoters, including Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady, Katy Perry, and Naomi Osaka. So these are not the influencers that I expected to be listed here. Honestly, I expected some YouTubers being listed here, but none of that. These are like, figures with multi-million-dollar assets, with huge backing. So I think the goal is to just milk these guys for a whack of money as well. He will also give insights into FTX interactions with other entities such as the legal firm Sullivan and Cromwell, venture capital firms Sino, K5 Global, Multicoin, Deltec Bank, and accounting firm Prager. Creditors seek additional details on FTX engagement with the Golden State Warriors, Formula One Racing, and Major League Baseball. Moreover, they want information on firms such as the Mercedes-Benz Group Racing Team, which is basically the F1 team, I guess, Creators Agency, and Lincoln Holdings. Upon request by class representative, Sam Bankman-Fried shall voluntarily provide documents and information on the extent such documents and information are reasonably accessible to him without service of a subpoena upon reasonable notice, and provide truthful declarations of affidavits upon request. This has been described as a major win for the customers. According to him, FTX liquidators, spearheaded by CEO John Ray and the legal firm Sullivan and Cromwell, have impeded the class action endeavors. So while this is good for the people who have lost their money, let's keep in mind that the reason why this is being done is for the lawyers, basically. These are hefty sums of money that will be going to the lawyers when they win, and I'm sure they're getting paid well already. Crypto exchange makes a statement on the project that disappeared with $32 million in users' funds. Another one. There are new developments today regarding the Z Casino project and its altcoin, which was expected to launch its token yesterday, but whose listing was cancelled by MEXC due to notifications that users could not withdraw their funds. The funds in question cannot be withdrawn from Z Casino's native platform, and there are no issues with general altcoin withdrawals on the MEXC exchange. Cryptocurrency exchange MEXC, in its statement to the Chinese local media, said that they were only involved in the project as investors, and that they, as investors, were also victims. Z Casino. People keep putting their money into these things, and then they're surprised when things go upside down. It's ridiculous. This is the article that got me flabbergasted simply because I misread it. Solana meme coin scientists. I thought they were talking about meme coin scientists, and I'm going, what freaking, there are scientists now to what, analyze meme coins? That's not the case. The scientists Doge. It's a new meme coin called Scientist Doge. Scientist Doge has the potential to replicate the source success of other Doge themed meme coins. I'm not reading this article because I don't care. I'm just flabbergasted by the fact that there's just meme coin upon meme coin upon meme coin being launched, and for the most part they all skyrocket in prices. It's ridiculous. It's a complete wild west. The people who are investing their money and getting rug pulled on these things just are waiting for disaster. I guess these people are suckers for self-inflicted punishment. I don't get it. You go where the hype is, in an environment that caters to the delusions or to the hope making millions overnight. Meme coins are the way to go. Projects like Ethereum and Polkadot and all the other projects that actually have something to offer, that provide a service, you know, are just, they're not moving fast enough for most people. With our short attention spans, you know, we expect things to happen overnight, and most crypto projects do not deliver that, other than the meme coins. The last article that I'm going to mention today is PayPal stablecoin PYUSD, soon available on AAA. And is that good? Is that important? Singapore-based licensed payment from AAA is set to integrate PayPal stablecoin into its range of token offerings by the end of June, according to the recent report from Bloomberg. With the addition of PYUSD, AAA customers can choose from a wide range of payment options, which currently include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether's USDT, and Circle's USDC. As Singapore's first licensed crypto payment company, AAA received its digital payment token DPT service license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore in late 2021. This license enables the company to offer a variety of crypto payment solutions, such as domestic and cross-border money transfers, e-commerce transactions, and other digital payment token services. So while this is going to be minuscule, the point of this is that it's another payment that is accessible to people to use as cross-border payments, broadening the scope of crypto use worldwide, which is very important. And it's not going to be seen immediately. The effects of that are not going to be seen immediately. These effects will take some time to take hold, but it's a pyramid that is constantly being added to, and I guess for the betterment, for the adoption of cryptocurrencies worldwide. It's the expansion of accessibility of crypto. That's it for today's video. Make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, share this content with everybody else. Come back next week, next Monday, for another weekly roundup. But also, in the meantime, please do consider joining the channel. Hop on over and become a member. You could become a crypto kitten or crypto cat, and help me in the creation of content on this channel, where I make videos on a daily basis, so that you, the viewers, can enjoy it every single day. But whatever you do, please remember to smash up the likes and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video tomorrow, bright and early.